Hello, you airborne simians, flying monkeys, friends. I wanted to do a behind the scenes of what I've been working on. I'm a type of person, I don't know about you all, but I'm a type of person that likes to show the behind the scenes. I mean, when you get DVDs, everybody likes the special features and stuff like that. Well, this is kind of a special feature for the series that I'm doing for Johnny, Illuminati Unmasked. And what I'm working on right now is chapter 7 called The Company. And I am going to share my screen here and make sure I share with sound. And I want to show you my palette, otherwise known as my digital. This is my digital video editor. And as you can see down here at the bottom, I've already worked on like the first 22 minutes. I'll scroll through here, see if you can see that up in that upper right-hand window. You could see the opening as I scroll through and stuff. And so I added all these little elements. As you look down here at the bottom, you can see the different layers, layers upon layers of how we do this. And this is where the magic happens. Up here, we have like titles, stock media. I am so appreciative for Film Wondershare, video editing software that provides you with a library of tons of, let me see, all this stock footage that is provided, and a lot of it is in high definition, as you can see. Let me move my thing down here so you could see that. I could also go full screen and show you what it looks like at full screen. And that's how video is magic is made. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And like I said, I've already done all the research, and this is where it becomes such time consuming. As you can see, once again at the bottom, I'm going to start where I left off and show you all these different elements and stuff that I have done. Now, up here in this, if you can see my cursor moving around here, this is where I store all the media footage that I have collected for this chapter. Now, not all of it's there. Some of it is also stored on my external hard drives. And as you can see, I have pictures like the Jesuit Superior General, statue of the Pope, all these different pictures that I grab off the internet, all these that are numbered. These are the citations in Johnny's book. Now, most people use this book. Let me go full picture here. Most people have the book. Now, when you're reading along and there's a citation and there's a number, and so you have to go in the back and you'll see all the citations. Now, if you notice, a lot of these citations are like underlined back here in the back or end notes. These are just this half of the book. This is how extensive this is. See how thick this is right here. That's just pages and pages of citations that Johnny, the rest of this part is the book. And it's almost like a separate book for all the citation endnotes. And this is what I have to deal with in order to be able to successfully build these videos that you have enjoyed on the various video platforms. And so I'm kind of giving out a call out to any of the flying monkeys. If you have what is the I'm going to move this over here because I'm going to be doing some work on this later. This is a PDF reader. And those of you, all right, where is it? Okay, got to go over here. Let me share what I'm talking about. Okay. So over here, I have two screens. One has my editing software on, and over here is what I have. I can go back and forth on this. I could go back to a browser. I don't know if you could see the browser or anything like that, but I want to go back to this and go over to the PDF book, Illuminati Unmasked. Now, most of you people have the PDF reader. Now, I have 184 on the PDF. And you said Illuminati Unmasked right here. And this is the page I'm working on currently. And sometimes I got to adjust this so I can scroll down. And as you can see, next to these numbers is the corresponding, and just for this chapter, I don't know if you could see this or not. There we go. These are all the numbers of endnotes or citations for this chapter. Okay. Some of these are crossed out because I've already used them for the first 22 minutes and I don't have a problem. I usually either what I've been doing is highlighting or using this snipping tool. I have a snipping tool, as you can see, I usually snip it, okay, and use that, which is fine, and I'll show you how that applies. So my next project after chapter 7 will be chapter 8. Now, I don't have chapter 8 up. I have to go scroll down to chapter 8. But actually, I don't want to go down to chapter 8. What I want to do is to go to the citation page, and which for this chapter starts in 2008. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I apologize. The endnotes are after each chapter. Now, like I said, after each chapter, and of course, the endnotes for this, it's insane. But in all the other books, like Secret History, and I also have Eaters of Children, all of them have the citations are in the back of the book. Okay. So I stand corrected on this. So on the PDF, if you go to chapter, let me see. The next chapter is a good Jesuit education. This is my next project coming up, probably in about a month or so, because I'll be taking a break and working on some other projects. But in the meantime, this is what I've requested of you. You'll see at the bottom of your screen, you will see an email address. Okay. That is my personal email address that I use all the time for various reasons. And let me get back down to, I should have prepared this ahead of time. But here's an example of what I need. As you can see, the main citations are in blue. And what's nice about that, in most cases, with this book, it's difficulty. And this is where it's so time consuming. And this is what I'm asking my flying monkeys to do. After chapter 8, let me get down to chapter 8. There it is. A good Jesuit education. All right. Just like I showed you in the book. Now, at the end of this chapter, see if we can go down there fast. I'm trying to. And now I'm not worried about the citations themselves. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. I'm not concerned about that. What I am asking, see if we can get through this chapter. I don't know how long this chapter is. And some of Johnny's chapters are pretty long, as you can see. So we're scrolling down here. Yeah, we're still on. I should have looked at the table of contents, but what's odd is that the PDF pages don't line up with the actual. And like I said, here's some highlighted, which is fine. I will take care of that. My request of you flying monkeys. Here we go. We're down to the end notes. Okay. These are the end notes starting with 568. Okay. Now, what Johnny has provided is don't worry about the YouTubes. YouTubes don't come up. You will get an, oh, okay, on second thought.
In covertly recorded off-air trans.
Okay. Okay. Never mind me saying that. As you can see, that video is available, but that I'll take care of that because there's a thing I have to do. What I would like for the flying monkeys to do, now pay close attention here. Here's 531. Sandra's fluke appearance is no fluke, just a grunt. Okay. That is a citation from a website called jamiewf.com. Now, in most cases, you could come up here with your cursor and click on it. And this is the document you're trying to connect to right here. If you trust the site, which is pretty much, if not, it'll block. But allow, you hit allow, okay? And once again, this is the trouble I come to. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it says not found. Okay. So here's where it gets interesting, okay? So what you'll have to do, if you got time, sometimes this is troubling, is you can copy And there's two ways you can go about this. You can go to the browser. I hope this is showing. You can go to the browser, and I always use Google. And I get a lot of, this is where I get a lot of my images from, right here. And you could do that as too. We'll get into that in a minute here. Actually, I don't want to do this. You could go up to the browser and paste and hit enter and see where that takes you. Still not found. Okay. Majority of the reasons why it's not found is that website has either been taken down or deleted. It's no longer available. But if we go over here to archive.org, and you'll see the at the bottom of your screen, you will see archive.org, and you come up here, go to the main page, which I don't have. I was looking something else up. But we come to the Wayback Machine. Now, if it's too much to do this, I understand it's not required, but it helps. Because as you could see, how much time this is taking up. So hit the Wayback Machine, put it in the search bar. And if we go back to what year did that come out? It says March 2nd of 2012. Okay. So March 2nd of 2012. So you go back to the browser and you go to the earliest date that's on there. And you have plenty of choices, which is great. So you go over here and click on the time stamp that's on there. And will this happen? Internet's a little slow, so. Excuse me. Pardon me. I got something in my eye. All right. Here we are. There it is right there. Now, here's what you can do. If you have, most computers have this snipping tool. I don't think you could see it over here. Here it is right here. It's a snipping tool. You hit, make sure you're on camera, and you hit new. Okay. And then make sure you get the title. All right. And if you can, get as much of this as you can, because sometimes he'll be reading from what's on there, which makes it absolutely great. Try to get the dates, because what's Johnny been saying? Names, places, and dates are very important. That's why we use these citations, and these are so important for the documentaries. Okay, so there it is, right there. It ends up on the snipping tool, and all you do is save it. Now, save it to wherever you can, probably pictures and screenshots. Okay, make sure when you do it, make sure you use JPEG. Now, the others are okay, but I prefer JPG. Okay. Now, after you save that, now what you can do is email it to what's on the screen. Okay. That's all there. Oh, and don't forget, when you do this, always label it with the number. And what was the number? Let's go back. I know this is a lot of work. This is strictly volunteer. Okay, back here. Okay. This, always get the number up above. Don't be fooled by the number underneath. It's always the number on the top. So it's 571. Or what you can do is save it as Sandra's No Flukes, a fluke or whatever. Copy that and save that right there. Now, what I do is I go up here to citations. I have a folder. I put it in the folder and I save it. I'm not going to do it this time because I've got too much going on right now because I'm doing chapter 7. So that's all I'm asking. If you have the time, now, let me see if I can find an easier one. Let's try this one, New York Times. Let's try that one, just hopefully, and boom. Now, New York Times is sometimes paywalled, and this is an easy one because you can go up to New York Times and try to get as much as this as possible. But make sure you get the dates. What's important is the date, the title, who wrote it. So we're looking at names. The place is New York Times. Jonathan Weissman is the person. There's the title and also the date, because that's very important for a citation. Like I said, this one's an easy one. It lets you go right to it and make sure it's New York Times. And like I said, take your snippet tool, put new, stuff like that. Save it and just come over to what was this one? New York Times, 573. Hit 573 and copy and then paste it. That was an easy one. Save it. And so when you email me, just add it to the email. If you have any problem, my screen share is paused. What's going on here? All right, something went wrong there. I don't know what went wrong there. So let's try that again. Let me see if I can get the screen share to work again. So, okay. So once again, as you could see, we grabbed the New York Slimes title. Careful not to cut off a little bit, but that's okay. That's doable. And save it, copy and paste. Make sure you got a number, or else I won't be able to. And I'll tell you why in a second here. So anyway, that's all I'm requesting. Okay. So what we're doing here is let me go back to my editing software here. And let's do, I just finished this one. This one was a difficult one because it was a long citation. So normally what I do, this is a scroll up of the pages because it's such a long piece. Normally what I do, and I'm going to do one for you right now, that was 508. So our next citation is going to be,
doubt not that the
and as you could see, you see this, the cross and the border. This was taken from when Johnny was reading Illuminati Unmasked for a YouTube channel. Was crosstalk radio, and all that. And so I edit this down, as you can see down here. It's a section. See this highlighted section. So this is the section I'm going to show how I edit this. So let's go back over to I'm going to go back over to my PDF, and I'm going to go back to that page. So hang on a second here. I'm trying to get over there. And this is why I write it down. I wrote down where I left off, page 184. So I go over to page 184. Hopefully this is not a very long section. I just got to remember where I left off here. Okay, that was the Triple Crown. So now we're coming up to 509, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so we come over here and we'll listen to what Johnny has to say.
Doubt not that the company has a long institutional memory.
Okay.
Next, a citation from Reuters.
Okay, so we're going to need number 509. So we got to go up to import, and we hit import files, and there's 509 already ready in the hopper to come through. So we open it up, and then we scroll this down till we see 509. Now, what's nice is 509 is highlighted for you, but if you do more than one, both pictures will come down. So I have to click off of it. Okay. So now we don't want the crosstheborders.org. We don't need that. So what I normally do is I come over here to stock media, and I try to find okay, he's going to be mentioning Francis, the Society of Jesus, and all that. I already have in my video stock footage over here, and I go to pixels because that's where most of them, and I have, we're talking about Jesuit priest here, the Society of Jesus. I have tons of footage of Jesuit videos. So I'm going to find one I like. This might be a short one. Let me see. Is that a short one? Yeah, 15 seconds. Now, it's a little short because we're going to this section here. So I'm going to stretch that video out speed-wise because it's slow as it is. As slow as it is. So I'm going to pop it up there. Oh, close. Oh, bring it back a little bit. Now, as you can see, I have my footage. Okay. So let's go see how that looks. Let's see if it fits the narration okay.
Doubt not that the company has a long institutional memory. Next, a citation from Reuters.
Okay. So we'll use that. Now I'm going to find out where he first says Reuters.
Next, a citation.
Right there. So I usually mark it with a marker. That way I know where to put my citation. So I go back to media, to the citation. There's the headline right there. Now, sometimes I get this 429 too many requests. For some reason, I don't know what the deal is, but for some reason, the Wayback Machine doesn't like me to do all my research. So it'll pop up that kind of stuff. But with editing, we will get rid of that. So I'm going to move that up here to the top. And I am going to mask it. So I'm going to come up here to my masking. As you can see, it turns into a little box. And it's gonna tough. There we go. So we got to move it up here. So we only need the title. Oop, we don't want that. There we go. Let me move this out of the way over here for a second. And let's see, can we, come on. What's the deal here? I don't know what's going on here. It's fighting me. There we go. All right. There we go. That's all we need right there. So we hit OK. Now, oh, wait a minute. I always like to do this little fancy animation. We're going to slide it right in. Just like that. Okay. Now, let's move on. We're still...
from Reuters. Francis told the journalist.
All right. That's where he starts talking about that. So we'll put it right there, put a marker if need be. I've got my other thing here. Now I'm going to move this back over here for a second. And okay, there should have been a 509A. Don't know what happened to 509A. There's 509A. And there is my citation. Stretch it out to the end of the quotation. Now it's covering it up, so I'm going to have to come down here and try to center it. That looks like about right. See that? How seamless is that? Now, I'm going to put a little animation to make it slide up. Slide right up. See? Now, I have just finished that whole section. All right. Now, let's see how that looks. Let me bring this, where do I want to put this? Let's put it here. And we're going to go back to the beginning of the section there. And we're going to blow it up full screen. And we're going to hit play and see what it looks like. Let's check it out.
Doubt not that the company has a long institutional memory. Next, a citation from Reuters. Francis told the journalists at a special audience for the media that after his election on Wednesday night, some cardinals had jokingly suggested he name himself Clement XV. That way, you can take revenge on Clement XIV for suppressing the Society of Jesus, Francis quoted one cardinal's joking with him shortly after he was elected. The journalists roared with laughter. Laughter? Those attending to Clement XIV's body.
So, there you go. That's how we do that scene right there. Now, sometimes I'll add a picture. You see a name, Pope Clement. I do, I do have Pope Clement the 13th, and the 14th is around somewhere in here. And, but I don't think it's necessary the way I have it set up there. So that's a finished scene right there. So that's how we do that. Let's go back to big picture. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email saying, Bill, I don't know how to do this, or you can pause the video. I'm so sorry. Every time I get in front of these lights, my eyes start bothering me. It's the bright lights dry everything out. So anyway, that's a behind the scenes of Illuminati Unmasked. I just thought I'd share that with you. Now, there are other things I can do. I can drop in videos and all that. This particular chapter I don't think there's any videos, footage, other than the background footage for each segment. But look forward to seeing this coming out soon in about a week or so. I'll have this done, but in a couple of weeks, maybe a month from now, I will be doing chapter 8, and I would appreciate it. Anything you can do, look things up. And if you have anything creative, or if you can find video footage that relates to that chapter, if you could send that to me, it would be awesome. I mean, for more examples, just watch some of the old, some of the past documentaries or bookumentaries that I've done, and see for yourself how it's done. And so, like I said, if you can do that, if you have a PDF, to go to those citations, screenshot them, send them to me. I mean, they don't have to be fancy. I can always, like you see, I had to doctor some of them up, and that's not a problem. Like I said, that didn't take much time at all if it's already done. Because what I've been doing lately is getting all the stuff I needed, and pictures too. If somebody in that chapter comes up, now I have the Clintons, I have the Bushes, I have some of the popes and stuff like that. I have some of those. But if there's generals, if there's, anything that relates to that chapter in chapter 8, remember it's chapter 8, on Jesuit education. Hey, even universities, Jesuit universities, if you can get me footage of that Jesuit, cars going in front of it and everything, anything to animate the bookumentary, I would much appreciate it. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And like I said, look forward to chapter 7 coming out in about a week. I will start editing in a few weeks. I'll be starting to edit probably in February. I will start editing chapter 8, and even any future ones. I don't know how many more chapters Johnny read, but I'm going by what he has already read. So that's a little behind the scenes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Flipping Tables.